You are listening to the Gaming Cube podcast with me, your co-host Simon Halliday, and the main host, of course, Thomas Dallard.
Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of today's Gaming Cube podcast. This is your host, Tom Dalla, joined with
Chris Elliott.
And this is obviously, like I said, episode 28. And today, Chris gave me an idea, and I did announce it, I think it was on Facebook or Twitter, something like that.
Yeah.
I'll put my Twitter and all that for the page on the Gaming Cube podcast Facebook page anyway. Anyway, matter in hand, we're going to be talking about the, if you're not a wrestling fan, then this isn't for you really, so if you're not, then go away please, in a nice way. But if you're a wrestling fan, then you're at the right place. Basically, me and Chris are big wrestling fans, and obviously we're going to be talking about the latest installment in the 2K series, which will be WWE 2K16, which will be coming out September the 8th, if that's correct. No, it won't. What am I saying September for? October the 26th, I think it was, something like that. Something like that, something crazy. But anyway, so for the first part of today, we're going to be talking about how we feel about the product itself, and how we got into wrestling. So Chris, we'll actually start off with you. How did you get into wrestling in the first place?
Well, I watched it a bit at primary school, but then kind of just drifted away. Then you actually made me go into it again. I watched the Royal Rumble with you
the
at college.
One, yeah.
I really liked it, liked the entertainment factor of it, and I just started watching it a lot now. So
you really got back into it again.
Yeah, I watched SmackDown, Raw, even main event and Superstars.
I like how you say even main events.
That's like kind of not so good.
No.
But I watch NXT as well a bit sometimes.
Yeah. Well, obviously Chris is quite sure because obviously, like he said, he looked at it through primary school, got into football instead and with his mates, and then obviously got back to it because of me. Whereas I'm kind of the opposite. I used to have wrestling action figures from when I was a young kid. I remember my mum buying me this little ring I used to like. I had the massive WWE logo in the middle. And the very first two characters I have, one was The Undertaker and one was Bobby Lashley. I always remember that, I don't know why. But yeah, even though I was still a wrestling fan from like early on, I eventually, about 2008, 2009, I just switched off from it. Completely went off it. Obviously, I was still into football, obviously, so I was concentrating more on football and seeing my mates and stuff like that. So that didn't really bother me as much. But then I remember watching something. I think it was Ring of Honor or something like that. Then like this Kevin Steen versus El Generico match, who is actually both of them wrestlers are both in WWE now. So
yeah,
Kevin Steen is Kevin Owens,
and
yeah. El Generico is Sami Zayn. So there you go. It's just that Sami Zayn wrestled with a mask instead. That's where he gets the Olay chants from. He got it from those days.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I remember watching that. It was like Full Metal Mayhem, or it's basically the indie or the independent circuit version of TLC. That's what Full Metal Mayhem is. And then there was like Kevin Steen or Kevin Owens picked him up for a package power driver, and he'd driven through like these bunch of tables and down to the floor. So yeah, really nasty. I was like, oh, I've got to get back into this again. And obviously I saw a few things with Stone Cold Steve Austin, like stunning JBL on Raw when he was doing the Michael Cole feud with Jerry Lawler. So that's pretty much what got me back into it, really. And then since then, I've been watching other promotions like TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and pretty much... Oh, well, I'm not going to count NXT because that's developmental for WWE. So another one I watch is... I've forgotten what it's called. Experience. Experience is another one I watch. But anyway, that's pretty much like how we got into... Is there anything you want to add on to that, really? Or
not really.
You're happy with that? But before we end the first part, I was just going to ask. I know the answer to this, but how many, have you ever owned a wrestling game, Chris?
Yes, I've owned WWE 2K13.
You got... that was...
And I've played others as well, like 2K15 and that, at just mates' houses, but... I don't really play much wrestling games, to be honest. I just prefer watching it, to be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But obviously the 2K didn't take over until number 14, so 2014.
Yeah.
So at the time it was still called WWE.
Yeah, 2K.
13.
Yeah.
Do you know the front cover? Can you remember the front cover of WWE?
I think it was of CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk. Yeah, well done. Basically, I've been playing games like that since 2008. SmackDown vs Raw 2008, SmackDown vs Raw 2009. Then I went off it, obviously. Got back into it near enough 2011, like I said, but I didn't buy one until WWE 12, which is the Randy Orton cover one. Then WWE 13, which has got CM Punk on it. And then 2K14, which was The Rock. And then obviously 2K15, who was on 2K15? I actually don't know.
Not Cena, was it?
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was. It was John Cena. So basically, that's our short version of how we got into wrestling and our gaming history. So for now, we're just going to leave it, and we're probably going to throw it to a song break. I don't know what song to pick. Do you know what song to pick? Anything. It could even be a theme of someone.
Okay, John Cena, Word Life then.
Okay, right. All right, we're going to do a wrestling theme as it's wrestling based for today. So we'll do John Cena's Basic Thuganomics Word Life rap, which he had basically back in 2003 to 2005. Pretty entertaining. If you haven't heard it before, you're going to love hearing it. So John Cena, Basic Thuganomics.
Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Whether fighting or spitting, my discipline is unforgiving. Got you backing up in a defensive position. An ass-kicking anthem, heavyweight or bantam, holding camps for ransom. The microphone phantom, teams hit the floor, it's the new fight joint. Like a broken needle, kid, you missing the point. We dominate your conference with offense that's no nonsense. My theme song hits, get your reinforcements. We strike quick with hard kicks, ducking ice sticks, bare knuckle men through fight pits. Beat you lifeless, never survive this. Get forgot like all-timers. Two-faced rappers walk away with four shiners. The raw rhymer, turning legends to old-timers. My incisors like a viper biting through your one-liners. New Dead Man Inc., and we about to make you famous. Taking over Earth and still kicking in Uranus. Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you ain't advancing up the process. Potential for medical concepts or objects are foreign, like block tests, fonts and text are complex. Regardless of your finesse of your business, it's a condition of business. Your lame vision of an underground physical image underneath to undermine your whole typical image with the precision of percentages in the collision of sentences. Poetry, beats and mics, we untouchable like righteous sluts with no crevices. Streets unite, we rock brighter with dumber beats. Your cats couldn't come this hot and it urged off in the summer heat. Forget to change, kill your birds the first time. Your fetish ain't worthy of my filler or worse rhymes. I'm better than nice. Check the veteran stripes, leave you beside yourself with fear. I'll kill you, bury you twice, despite the cover of night. Tracking your flight like guerrilla warfare, where the grass is dense. Approaching me's a quick way to get referred to in the past tense. Dead that. When the light and mic is on, the crowd is dead like an intermission when you on a Titan. Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word Life. This is Basic Thuganomics. Word Life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me.
Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to the second and final part of today's episode 28. Obviously, it's about wrestling, or WWE, I should say in general. Or today, what the main topic was going to be about. So the first part was just to introduce you about how we got into it. But basically, the main idea of the making of this episode, is to give you the roster reveal and how we feel about them. Obviously, Chris should know a few of these guys on the main roster, or even if he's played them in game. If you don't know some of them, just let me know and I'll explain them who they are, because I'm a big Anorak/geek of this. So, all right. So as of the September the 8th. So today is September the 14th. So This is what we've got so far. So, Bad News Barrett, Booker T, Colonel Mustafa. Do you know who Colonel Mustafa is?
No.
That's all right. He's part of the Triangle of Doom trio in the early 90s. Part of the... I think they call themselves the Triangle of Terror. It was basically Sergeant Slaughter's group back in 1991. That's when Sergeant Slaughter had a gimmick where he turned his back on America and he was like an empathizer for the Iraq nation.
Right, okay.
Because obviously at the time Saddam Hussein was big in 91, so they thought they would incorporate that in the storyline. So the main event was Sergeant Slaughter versus Hulk Hogan for the WWE title. Slaughter was the champion. Have a guess who won? Who dropped the belt? I wonder. Fucking Slaughter. So yeah, that's who Colonel Mustafa is, by the way. So Daniel Bryan, making her Colonel Mustafa. That was his first appearance. First appearance for Emma. So Emma, this is her first appearance. Eva Marie, her first appearance. Finn Balor is his first appearance. Have you seen his entrance on ING? Oh, it looks so amazing. Looks so amazing. General Adnan. Basically, General Adnan is part of the Triangle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I think about it, General Adnan, he was new at the time, but Colonel Mustafa is basically the Iron Sheik who wrestled in the 80s. He just got a new gimmick coming into the 90s.
Right.
And, bit of trivia for you, it was the Iron Sheik, or Colonel Mustafa, was the one who dropped the belt to Hogan in 84 to start off his run. So there you go.
I need to watch old school wrestling because I've only seen it up from...
If you go and watch... I watch this big shout out. Obviously, they won't hear me or watch me, but if they did, they'd be amazing. I watch a bunch of people called OSW Review. So there's these guys called Jay, Mr. OOC, and V1. They all review old school Hulkamania pay-per-views from 85 up to 92.
Oh, okay.
And then they do like old ECW ones as well. And like current wrestling as well. So you would give them a listen. They're pretty good. So next one on the list, John Cena. Rabadoo. Obviously, he's been in the game since SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain back in 2003. So, yeah. Kalisto making his debut in game. We've got Kane. Lord Steven Regal, which is basically William Regal's gimmick in WCW. Paige. So this will be Paige's second game because last year she was a DLC. But this is like main roster, so it's fine now. I don't have to actually pay to play as Paige. Seth Rollins, obviously. This will be his second. Yep, this will be second. No, this will be a third now. Sin Cara, which will be Sin Cara's, I think it's his third or fourth now, something like that. Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course.
He's on the cover.
Yep, of course. Summer Rae, this will be his second game, I think. Have to prove me wrong otherwise. Tamina, I think this is her third game as well. Triple H has been in pretty much most of them. Adam Rose, this will be his second game. He was in it DLC last year. Bo Dallas, this will be his second year. Last year he was in the Who Got NXT thing. Brie Bella's been on it for a while. If they've been on it for a while, I'm just going to say their name. Brock Lesnar, Goldust, Heath Slater, Hideo Itami, which is obviously his debut, also known as Kenta from IWGP. Jack Swagger, Kevin Owens, which is making his debut, obviously. Neville, which is his second game. Nikki Bella, Nature Boy Ric Flair, woo!
Oh, yeah.
Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Stardust, aka Cody Rhodes. So this is not his first appearance, but as Stardust.
Hey,
cool.
Stardust.
Maybe we'll get his awesome entrance where he comes down and he like stands on the barricade and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Sting, of course. Tyler Breeze, which I can't wait to play.
You like Tyler Breeze? You're a big fan of him.
I love Tyler Breeze. It's just amazing. I just love his gimmick. How he just comes down to the ring in NXT with his selfie stick. Just great. Just absolutely great. Ultimate Warrior. They've only put him in recent games because obviously he passed away. He was in 2K14 because he was like the DLC cover when he returned. Because he returned because he was going to be in the Hall of Fame that year, and obviously he tragically passed away. So I think in most games he's just included in as a tribute thing now, which is nice, obviously. Making his return since WWE 2K14, Zack Ryder, woo woo woo.
Yay!
Chris will be very happy to hear that. Alicia Fox, Bam Bam Bigelow, which I can't play as because I played him as last year, but he was DLC. Nice to have him as the main roster now. Big Show, boo. Cameron, not looking forward to playing as her. I played her as last year. Her moveset is, I don't like her. Don't like her in general. Like, if you go back and watch an old Tough Enough thing, do you know what she was on Tough Enough in 2011, right? When Stone Cold was the host. Stone Cold goes up to her, asks her, what's your favourite match of all time? She could have said anything. She could have said Austin versus Rock. Rock versus Hogan, Triple H versus Austin, anything. Hogan versus Savage. Do you know what she says?
No, what?
Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Wow.
It's the biggest blooper you've ever heard. And then Austin, you should have seen Austin's reaction. I'll probably show you it tomorrow. Austin's reaction was just... That's what Austin still doesn't like her to this day. For that. I wouldn't. She only been in the company at that point for like a few months. That was like her first year, 2011. So she's only literally watched Melina versus Alicia Fox. That was the only match. It's like all these divas, they come in just to look good. Oh, if you're a beauty and you look gorgeous, you're in. No talent whatsoever. No talent. If you want to watch talent, just watch NXT or watch the likes of Bayley or Sasha Banks or Charlotte.
Sasha Banks, I'm a big fan of.
Those are proper female wrestlers in the WWE. Forget the likes of Nikki Bella, Brie Bella. Alicia Fox is okay. Naomi's okay. Forget Tamina. Just watch them girls. They're great. Moving on anyway. Cesaro, Darren Young, Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, Dolph Ziggler, Fit Finlay, or known as Finlay. Fit Finlay is from his WCW days, but obviously he was known as Finlay when he came in 2006. Kevin Nash, Layla, which I'm surprised to hear actually, because Layla hasn't been on TV in some time now. Lex Luger, The Miz, which you're...
Awesome.
I came to play.
Yeah, love Miz being on it.
Yes, of course. Naomi, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Titus O'Neil. Then we've got Tyson Kidd. All right, now we're moving on to because obviously that was the second list announced. So this is the third list that was announced. Aiden English, which I can't wait to play as. I love Aiden English. He's great. Andre the Giant, Batista, Chris Jericho, Curtis Axel.
Yay, Curtis!
He was in it last year, obviously, so nice to have him again. Dean Ambrose. Hopefully he's got his updated attire, not his Shield attire. Well, he will, obviously. Radar Superstar Edge, which he was in last year, but he was DLC for the story mode things, which is kind of sad, but nice to have him back. Eric Rowan. Or for those of you who watch WWE TV and you're wondering where Eric Rowan is, the reason why he's not on TV right now and they've got Braun Strowman to replace him is because he's got torn biceps. Fandango, JBL. Isn't that weird? JBL's in the game and he's also a commentator for this year.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is pretty weird. Luke Harper.
What about Michael Cole?
Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler. They're the two usual commentators.
Will Michael Cole be in it?
As a wrestler?
Yeah,
no.
I wonder. Oh.
He was in WWE 12, if you want to play that. He was in that one. Next one, so Luke Harper, like I said.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Nice to have the Macho Man. Natalia, which Natalia's in-game look here looks so sick. It looks really good. Ravishing Rick Rude. Oh, I love Rick. He's so good. Basically, back in the 80s, he had this thing where he called himself the Ravishing One. And basically, his gimmick was like he had like the perfect body, like the perfect abs and stuff like that.
No, I wouldn't like that sort of gimmick.
Oh, wouldn't you? And he was such a good heel. He's really good. Unfortunately, he passed away late 90s.
So he's a bit like when Ziggler was a heel, basically. A bit like that.
Yeah, like a show-off, basically.
Yeah.
But obviously, Dolph doesn't do it with the abs. He just does the abs and the gyrate and stuff like that. R-Truth, what's up? Ryback, Santino Marella, even though Santino has officially retired as of last year. Sergeant Slaughter, EA. Simon Gotch, obviously he's with Aiden English, part of the Vaudevillains tag team, the current NXT tag team champions.
Mm-hmm. I watched that.
Oh, did you? NXT Takeover Brooklyn. It was a great pay-per-view. Anyone who didn't watch that and you're a big WWE fan, you have to watch
Blue
it.
Pants came on.
Da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da.
I don't think she's that great, but
It's just known as a little
yeah.
joke gimmick, Stephanie McMahon. Celebrate, I'm never gonna be that gonna walk into the kingdom, when the king about. No, I'm joking. The Rock, obviously, of course. The Undertaker. So that was the third list. Now on to the fourth list. Badass, Billy Gunn, Bret the Hitman Hart, the British Bulldog, which I can't wait to play as him again because he was last in WWE 13. Just to give you a bit of background. He's related to Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, okay.
Just let you know, because I think it was Bret's sister Diane was married to Davey Boy Smith, which is the British Bulldog. So that's how they're related.
Nice.
So that's what do you call that?
What?
Brother-in-law.
Sibling.
Brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That's what you call him. Cactus Jack, which is basically another face of Mick Foley. So obviously he's got 3. Cactus Jack, which is basically Mick Foley on his own anyway. Dude Love and Cactus Jack, Dude Love and Mankind, obviously, yeah. Damien Sandow, but the thing that annoys me the most, he's in Mizdow attire.
What? Why can't they put him out?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but I know 2K doesn't listen to this, and it's been announced, and basically they're not going to change the roster because it's too late now. But why did you have to put Sandow? If you're going to put his old attire, at least call him Damien Mizdow. At least put him with Miz as a tag team where they come out together and they do the same emotion, like tag team entrance. At least do that. I know it's not on TV anymore, but it still would have been cool to have a tag team in your universe mode. But if you're going to keep him as that, just have him as Damien Sandow. Put him back to his old gimmick with the Hallelujah theme tune instead. Because I loved him as that. D'Lo Brown. Excited to have D'Lo in the game. D'Lo was part of the Nation of Domination in the early days, back in the 90s.
Okay.
So he's pretty good. Dude Love, another face of Mick Foley, of course. Farouk, which is basically GBL's partner in the APA. Or Ron Simmons, the guy who goes, damn!
Yeah.
That's basically him. Haku, you probably won't know Haku.
No.
He was part of a tag team in 1990 with Andre the Giant. They were called the Colossal Connection.
Yeah.
And they were the World Tag Team Champions at some point. But yeah, Haku's a pretty good. He basically is related to The Rock, pretty much. One man I'm excited to have, the Honky Tonk Man. Yay, the Honky Tonk Man. Basically, one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time, as they call him.
Wow.
He won the bout in 87. He dropped it at SummerSlam 88 to the debuting Ultimate Warrior.
I thought that was Bad News Barrett who won that the most, though, the Intercontinental.
Oh, you even won it the most.
Yeah.
The person who's won it, Barrett's got 5 or 6 titles now. Of that, Jericho's got the longest. It's 9 titles.
Wow.
9 is the most amount won. That's won by Chris Jericho, and obviously the longest reigning is the Honky Tonk Man at like 300 and something days, 360 something days, something like that. Jake the Snake Roberts, very excited to have Jake in. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I think he was in WWE 12. You have to correct me if he's not. Kama, I don't know who Kama is. I probably do, but I just can't think of who that is. Ken Shamrock hasn't been in since WWE 13. Mankind, Mr. McMahon, The Giant. The Giant's basically Big Show's gimmick in WCW. He's known as The Giant.
Yeah, well,
and then he came to
basically.
And then he came to the WWF in '99 as Paul White, because that's his real name. And then they changed him to The Big Show.
Why would they have their real name as a wrestling name, though?
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin has his real name.
Oh, not many people, though, have it.
Rock doesn't. Who does? Well, Mick Foley used his name eventually. Adrian Neville, that's not his real name. His real name is Ben something. Yeah, it's really weird. Shawn Michaels, Michael Higginbottom. And then obviously Triple H is Paul Levesque. So But so it just protects their ID sometimes. That's why. Moving on, Rikishi, who hasn't been in the game since DLC WWE 13. Shane McMahon, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Big Van Vader, or basically just Vader.
I remember Vader.
And X-Pac. So that's pretty much the roster. If you want to look at the roster yourselves, guys, just head over to WWE.com or even go on WWE2K.com. You can see all the roster reveals on there. They'll have their own portfolio and stuff on there. And there'll be more to be released and announced pretty soon in the forthcoming weeks. And obviously they've said that it's probably be the biggest roster of all time, which I can't wait.
Where is El Torito and that?
That's true. Yeah, I think some other people have been announced as well, but I don't know. But one inclusion as well, the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know.
You get to play as the what's the name of his Terminator? It's the thing the T-800, something like that.
I wish they actually put an actual wrestler that you could unlock. He's not really wrestled. He's been in segments, but he's not exactly.
They've put him in because he's been in the Hall of Rikishi. Rikishi's on because he's put in the Hall of Fame, and he's been on WWE games before.
It would have been cool if it was like someone someone that's passed away recently that had that sort of tribute where
like Roddy Piper.
Yes, if they put Roddy there.
Or Dusty Rhodes. Oh no, Dusty's in the game, isn't he? Dusty was released, announced a couple of days ago. I think he was. I think that's what it was anyway.
It's an injustice if they didn't put Dusty in. It would be a big injustice.
Kind of. Or not even putting Roddy Piper. I mean, Roddy Piper hasn't been in any of the latest games, which is kind of sad. You know, I like Roddy Piper. Rest in peace, Roddy.
He's a great heel.
He was just amazing. Oh, by the way, I'm going to come off now, guys. Obviously, going to sign off for the time being. As we've finished, so it's a goodbye from. Thank you for just first of all, thank you for listening to episode 28. We'll be back to normal. I've already recorded episode 29 as we speak, so I'll release both of these episodes at the same time. So we're back to back watching them or listening to them, I should say, and then we'll plan something big for you guys for episode 30. So this has been your host, Conrad, going by
Chris Elliott. Bye, guys. Thanks.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bonfire.